welcome to the video. If you like magic content like this, I post 2 videos a week, so be sure to subscribe to learn more magic. I hope you enjoy learning this trick. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Ash on Arm card trick. Now, if you are going to use this with actual fire, actual ash, if a kid is going to be involved in doing this, they should be doing it with adult supervision, permission, and potentially help. But the great thing about this is that you don't have to use fire, you don't have to use ash. So the first thing to decide is what item you're going to use. You can use a lighter and like a piece of paper that you would then burn into an ashtray and then use that ash as the substance that you're going to place on your arm. If you don't want to use ash, you can use salt, pepper, sugar, whatever it may be. So the way I've seen it, and that I learned it many years ago, is to use like a sugar packet if you're out at a cafe. I just think that's like the most reasonable thing you could find near you. Salt and pepper packets are a thing too. Salt and pepper shakers at restaurants, those will be naturally available. But in terms of actually being able to perform this in real life, I think those are the opportunities to look for. Is you just need like a grainy substance of some sort. So that's one thing, is that you could carry around a sugar packet if you want. You could also just try to hope to see them in the wild. The other piece of preparation is really simple and makes this a great street magic trick or organic kind of spur of the moment trick, because all you need to do is carry around some chapstick, and that's something I do anyway. Now, in the original Tarbell course, he talked about using soap. You can certainly do that. You basically just need a substance that you're going to be able to mark your arm with and it come on clear and not be seen. And so I like to do the 7 of diamonds as my reveal on the arm, because it's a very easy, straight line reveal to make. So you just do the 7 in straight lines on your arm, and you do the diamonds in straight lines on your arm. And so if you know that you're going to be performing that within the next several minutes, you can secretly do that under a table. You can, do the classic like bathroom break, set it up. The one thing with chapstick is that there is still a little bit of a sheen or shine to it. So you might want to kind of diminish that by holding your arms toward yourself, not flashing them outward too much. So that is something that I've both gotten away with, and then I had an astute audience member once that kind of saw something a little bit ahead of time before the trick moment happened, and so that's kind of something to be aware of. But there you go, you have your get ready to go, and now all you need to do in performance is force the card. Now, real briefly, let's cover the cross-cut force. I go to that force a lot on this channel because it's more psychological and it's not so sleight of hand heavy. So to do that, you're gonna have your force card, the 7 of diamonds, on the top of the deck. A way you can do that, if they've been shuffling the deck, whatever, is you can just show the cards, say, look, they're all shuffled, maintain a pinky break under the 7 of diamonds, and then you're gonna cut down to it so that it's on top. Then to do the cross-cut force itself, invite the audience to cut the deck into 2 piles, and then you're gonna say, oh, I'm gonna mark where you cut. And you're gonna take one pile and place it over on the other one. You're basically taking the bottom half of the deck, placing it over on top of the top half of the deck where the 7 of diamonds is, and you're gonna do that at an angle. And this is a lie. You're saying, I'm gonna mark where you cut. That's not technically what is happening, but that's part of the illusion, right? Is you're kind of painting that picture in their head that that's what you're doing. So you say, I'm gonna mark where you cut, place that half over the other, and then you just need a few moments of time, what we call time misdirection, so they forget which half is which. And so for the theme of this trick, maybe something you say is, now in a moment, it's really important that you remember your card. I really want you to burn the image of that card in your mind. So if you're doing the ash on arm trick with true ashes, that lines up perfectly, right? But I still think that idea works even if you're not doing that. If you're doing sugar, you can still talk about the image of the card, like really get an image of that card in your mind, because you're gonna make a sort of an image of it appear later. So you take a moment to say that, you come back to the packets. Now they don't remember which packet is which, and so you're gonna lift one half up and say, I'm gonna show you the card you cut to. I like using those words, it's their action that did this. And you hold the card up, the 7 of diamonds, they'll memorize it, boom, you force the card, they can shuffle the cards, do whatever they want now. And if you know different card forces, you of course can use that one. Now when it comes time to revealing, their card in this fascinating way. You're going to ask them to write their card down and fold it up in a piece of paper if you're doing the ash method. Then all you have to do is burn that paper over the ashtray, get some ashes out of it. Be careful, be safe, obviously, but once you have those dark bits and pieces of paper, you're going to be able to take that, rub it on your arm, and that will reveal the card. If it's sugar, like a sugar packet or a salt packet, it's a little different. You're going to want to hold your arm parallel to the floor, and you're going to want to cover all the places, the invisible places that you know the card reveal will be. So one thing you might do, even as I was recreating this, looking at it, you might run into, partial coverage. I think that's fine as long as the identity gets across, but you just want to do that as best you can. So you cover as much of that reveal as you can. And I would encourage experimenting with the type of substance you use. My sense is that you might be able to rub on your arm more, or if you're using the fire ash, you might be able to rub on your arm more. In the case of chapstick, when I've combined that with salt or sugar, rubbing it is going to rub it all the way off. So what you're doing more so is you're putting everything on, getting as much coverage as you can, and then you're letting it kind of shake off, or you're blowing it off. So obviously experiment with the substance you use, but that's the basic idea, is that you're covering that glue, it's a glue basically, and then you're allowing everything to come off that isn't glued to that one spot. So that's obviously the secret, but in terms of presentation, this is a very mystical thing, right? This is a very odd thing, and so you can present this, like I said earlier, with the idea of an image of their card coming into fruition, coming into view. What's cool about this too is you don't just have to do a card, you could do just a number, anything that's simple that you are able to prep on your arm. But there you go, that is the ash and arm trick. I hope you enjoy. Wanted to give a huge shout out to my channel supporters. Thank you so much to my channel members, you guys are awesome. On this channel, I go back to the classics, those classic staples of magic. They're out there in the public domain, in the classic works, these really cool magic secrets just waiting to be discovered and learned. And so what I do on this channel is I try to provide some of those to you in a more accessible way through video format, along with some of my own tips and advice. So you can always count on about 2 free tutorials per week from this channel. If you want to support me being able to continue to do that, you can support this channel as a member at the supporter tier or the insider tier. Supporters get exclusive badges and insiders get access to videos early. Also this month, I have a bonus magic theory video for all members of the channel. And since we're going through more Tarbell tricks, insider members, you have a bonus video on the membership now where I teach you how to make a card appear inside an orange, also from that original 1926 Tarbell course. If you enjoyed that video, help me out by liking and subscribing. Check out the other video that YouTube is going to recommend to you on the end screen here. But until next time, keep enjoying your magic, stay a hobbyist at heart, and I'll see you guys in the next video.